Hi, fourth graders. Are you ready for a spelling test? I am ready to give it to you. Would you like to pause the video and put in your numbers along the left side of your page? We will have 22 words as usual. So if you haven't done that yet, you may want to go ahead and pause your video right now and put your numbers in there. Also, I want to remind you, as always, that you can pause the video as many times as you need to if I'm going too fast for you. Take your time and do your best. Just go ahead and pause me if I happen to start going too fast. All right, you ready? Okay, number 1, gray. The sky was cloudy and gray. Remember, gray is an application word, so it's looking to see if you've understood the spelling concepts that we've been learning, not necessarily from this week, but from the previous week as well. Number 2, the word is switched. They switched seats on the bus, switched. Remember, we're going to think about that base word, switch. You can think about how does ch get spelled in a one-syllable word, if you remember that, and then we're going to add the ending. Number 3 is unless. I'll be on time unless the bus is late. Unless. You're going to think about spelling in syllables. So remember, if you want to put the dot on there, you can, but think about the word in syllables, unless, and spell it that way. Number 4 is finish. We all will finish the hike together. Fin-ish. Fin-ish. Number 5 is plastic. Plastic containers can be recycled. Plastic. Remembering this, to spell by syllables, and to also remember what the ick sound at the end of a polysyllabic word, how that's spelled. Number 6 is until. We won't start the game until you arrive. Until. Number 7, public. The news of the accident became public. Public. Spelling in syllables. Number 8, the word is sprayed. The water sprayed out of the hose. Think about your base word and then add the ending, sprayed. Number 9, space. Fill in the blank space with your name, space. Remember the long A spellings, the different ones that we learned, and which one would this be? And remember to pause if you need to take a little break and catch up. Totally fine. Number 10 is explain. Please explain the directions again. Remember to spell in syllables, explain. Number 13, the word is it's. I know it's a perfect day to fly a kite. It's. How do we figure out which of the homophones it is? Can we pull the word apart to see if it's a contraction or not? Number 15 is expect. I expect you to do your best on your spelling test. Expect. 2-syllable spell each one of them. You can use the dot if you want to. Number 16, case. In case you didn't hear, the game has been postponed. Case. We have to think about which long A spelling we're going to use there. Number 17, insect. The monarch butterfly is a beautiful insect. Insect. 2 syllables. Spell each syllable. Number 18, prove. The experiment may prove my hypothesis. Prove. Number 19, hitting. The runner is hitting her stride. Hitting. Think about our base word and whether it falls into our doubling rule. Number 20 is blood. His skinned knee dripped blood on the ground. Blood. Hopefully you remember that kind of unusual spelling. Very unusual. Number 21 is entertain. Now remember that last 2 are challenge words. So entertain. 3 syllables. See if you can spell each one. If you want to put a dot between, you can, but spell entertain. Oh, the musicians will entertain us this evening. Number 22, last one. The word is insist. I insist that you let me carry your suitcase. Insist. Think very carefully about insist and put all the letters down that you hear in that second syllable. Okay, pause here if you need to go back and check your work because I'm about to share the answer key with you. So if you need to pause and come back for that, then you can. All right, so we're going to start with gray. Oh, whoops. Oh, okay, let me just get my pencil or my highlighter. We have the AY, that's the long A spelling at the end of a word. The sky was gray. Switched, this is what I was thinking about, the TCH in a one-syllable word, switch, and then add the ending ED onto it. Unless, our dot is going to go there. This is too big. Our dot is going to go unless. Oh, that's a little too small. And finish, fin-ish. There we go. Plastic with an IC at the end there. Until. Remember that it's only when we have a one syllable word that we use 2 L's at the end. We have polysyllabic words, we typically only use 1 L. Public. Again, we've got the ick sound at the end. We're going to use a C because it's more than one syllable. Sprayed. Spray is our base word, and then we're going to add on our ED ending. Space, we used the A consonant E, and also the E helps the C say this sound, space. Explain, we're using the AI spelling of plane there, AI. Traffic, remember we have that we're going to divide the syllables right between the F's, and we're going to use that same IC at the end to spell the ick sound. Became, this is an open syllable, B, long E, and then came, we're going to spell it with A consonant E to make the long A sound there. And then here, look, we have plane again, and we can just, if we remembered it here, then we can remember it here as well, plane. It's is the contraction. I think it's a beautiful day. I'm sorry. It is a contraction of it is. Let's erase that other apostrophe. There we go. So now we have expect. We have 2 syllable word, X-E-X at the beginning, P-E-C-T at the end, and then case, we have a long A made with A, consonant E. Insect, we have I-N for our first syllable, S-E-C-T for our second syllable. There's that ect sound. Hopefully you heard both the k and the t sound there. Prove, we can't leave V at the end of a word, so we have the silent E there, even though it doesn't do the main job, the other job we know it does, which is to go back and make the O long sound. So we have prove. Hitting, we have our base word hit, follows all our rules, 1 syllable, 1 short vowel, and 1 consonant after. We're going to double the consonant before we add the ing. Blood, here's a very strange schwa. We'll talk more about schwa in just a couple of weeks. Sound, blood with the O-O. Entertain is a 3 syllable word. N-E-N, I hope you heard that short E sound. The cat is at the edge of the chair. Enter, there's the sound. And then ain, we use the AI that we use for long A there. Insist, we just have a 2 syllable word. The in is easy to spell, of course. Sist, we also have a short I sound and then ST at the end. Pause your video there if you need to take a little bit more time to look at your answers. Cross out anything that you misspelled and write it correctly next to it. Take a picture of it and turn it in on Seesaw to your teacher. Alrighty, thanks for all your hard work this week, and I'll see you again next week.